All right. Hey guys, this is Josh with Inkology. Today we are going to continue drawing the Warrior Mermaid Aurora. So if you're down to draw, grab a pen and paper and let's get going. You know what I mean? If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. That'd be great. That'd help your boy out here. As well as we have a great Discord where you can join in and have fun and draw with other artists. And I give tips and tricks of how to ink with detail and everything like that, as well as there's a whole just collaboration of building your art. Okay, hey, so get this. I got my new pens in today. These are the Molotow, what is on my finger? Molotow Black Liner Permanent Set 1 pens. Now, I ran out of my normal 1 millimeter or 0.1 millimeters, so I'm going to be using Molotow for that. I usually use Sakura microns. These are my go-tos, my microns. You can pick these up at Michael's or any kind of real store anywhere. Not too many people fancy them, but I'm going to see why. Someone recommended me these from the channel, and I'm going to test it out. This is the one. Feels all right. Looks like it's got a nice tip to it. John, welcome. You've been watching her videos? Well, she says thank you. Yeah, she's how do you like the videos? Are they fun? Are they good? Okay, so this pen feels good. It writes smoothly, draws pretty accurately. It's like a pretty solid black line. You have a set of these? How do you like these Molotows? TF, one of the other live stream artists, he recommended them to me. He must be busy because I haven't seen him in a while on his live streams. So this feels good. It's not bad. Works pretty well. Yeah, it feels all right. See how it does with his hairlines. It's definitely dark. It's nice. I live to watch the old ones to new. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. I'll tell her. She's happy that you like the her channel. She's trying to do some fun stuff. She does a lot of traveling, a lot of food stuff, so she's trying to get out there and do the whole YouTube thing. So she appreciates people commenting and giving feedback on their favorite dishes, and some of her friends will make the dishes that she makes online and then give her feedback of like what they did differently and how they liked it, and or if they didn't like it. That's the thing about food is, even though it's a good meal, not everybody has the same flavor palette, so you can't always win no matter what. I guess you can't really always win for art either, but she's a good artist too. Actually, she's a good animator. She's just as good as an artist as I am. Even better, really, because she's like a graphic designer in many ways. She doesn't do like this kind of art. She does watercolors. Krusty, welcome. Did I do a video today on Mexico, or did she do a video in Mexico? Because I think she did one on Mexico, on Tijuana. Today, I literally just got back from Tijuana just now. I just drove 2.5 hours back home. And like, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm beat. Because I had to do 2.5 hours this morning, around 7 this morning to get there. And then, hey, Krusty. And then cross the border, which was a new experience for me. which was fine. It actually turned out really well. And then crossed the border back after my dentist appointment. And the comic book store I went to, they were like not open when I went there, so I was kind of disappointed. But I filmed a little bit, kind of help people, get rid of their fear of going to Mexico. Or Tijuana at least. And the dentist there, I must say, I will vouch for them 1,000%. That was the best dental experience I've ever had in my life. And I used to travel to Korea to get my dentist work, and then I had to get it done here in LA, like a holistic thing for one of my crowns. And that was a nightmare because the tooth fell out two to three times before she finally got it to stick in. Which I'm still scared to floss it floss it like toughly because I'm afraid it's going to pop out. And she cost me like $1,500 for the crown, and then like $700 for the procedure, and then like $50 for some other stuff. So in the end, it's like $2,200 for that whole one tooth, right? But then I went to Mexico just now, and literally walked in. They just checked my ID and then made me sign some stuff, whatever. And then they sat me down, super clean, super professional. And man, did they care for my teeth. She was so nice. It was like this young lady, and she just was doing her best to make sure like I wasn't hurting, I was in pain. She did every tool was super clean and new, like high tech. And they used all these great tools, and it took 2.5 hours, but I got 2 teeth done with fillings and a deep cleaning and something else for like $310. Like, it's crazy cheap. And they speak English, and they're great. So it was fantastic. Definitely going to be finishing off my teeth with them. And they found other issues with my teeth that my other dentist didn't. So yeah, I'm super stoked about it. Because I don't like dentists. I don't like them at all. Don't like people fiddling around in my mouth. But they did great. Okay, so this pen right now feels good. It's a little bit darker. Of course, I was using a smaller pen before. It works out. It works out pretty well. It's not bad. Okay, it gives a nice little shine to it. That's not bad. Anyways, how's your day? How's your weekend going? You got plans for this weekend? What's up, guys? All of a sudden, I got sniffles when I came back. So, I want to finish the girl today, the mermaid. Get her looking all prime time. Just working on outlining everything. That way I can start darkening in the background the way I want it to be. You don't think so? It's not a thing? Fell asleep in the worst position ever. Going to have a change my name to Krusty Pretzel. Hopefully you don't have a crink in your neck and you're just like in pain all day. Well, the weekend's here. You guys must have plans for something, huh? I wanted to ask, do you guys ever go to art shows or conventions of any kind to improve your art or meet other artists? Art, yeah. Well, any kind of convention. I mean, I go to comic book conventions and try to meet art in the artist gallery. You know what I mean? Do you guys do anything like that? Venture out to art galleries, even, or any kind of shows that would have art in it? Sorry, I'm just switching around where to draw because I'm trying to figure out how this pen works. I like it. It's sharp. It stays sharp. It doesn't have a bold end to it, really, so that's nice. The black is a really good ink. It's not bad. They're both over it. I get you. I get you. All right, so I'm gonna do some line work here. I'm gonna switch back to the 05. No. You know what? Let's just continue with the 1. How did your new pens come? Yeah, so I'm using them right now. I'm using these black liners. I'm just trying to get a feel for them. They feel lighter than I would like. I feel like microns are heavier. Yeah, they are. But so far, the pens are nice. I mean, they're not bad. I can see that the blacks come through pretty well. But I'm about to test. Let me draw this first. It's not bad. Yeah, they're good. They're not bad. So far, they're feeling good. I'll just jack that up. Yeah. Yeah, you know, actually, I thought about seeing how long these last if I was coloring the whole page, how full of a page it would go, and how the tip would last, just for a review for everybody. But these are, you know, they're not cheap. They're not cheap, and I don't know how I feel about using them in that fashion quite yet. Maybe I'll buy another 01 and do it. Yeah, I think in normal usage, that's what I'm testing right now. And right now, the lines are staying pretty stable. It's not bleeding. It's pretty solid. I'm not having issues with it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Maybe my line's too far apart right here, but let's close them in here. Sorry for the late night draw. Like I said, thought I was expected to get back early, but the return line at the border was insane. It was saying an hour and a half I had to stand up in line, but luckily it started moving really quickly, and then turned out pretty good. Hold on, let me grab this real quick. Yeah, so it's these pens are pretty good so far. I'm actually enjoying them. Did you guys just hear me blow my nose? Sorry, guys. Where did my pen just go? Oh. Yeah, the ultimate result is a test of your happiness with it. That's for sure. Well, I mean, TF, the other gentleman who attends my live streams, he kept on mentioning how microns suck and how these are better. So I'm always willing to give people. Good. I'm glad you didn't hear. So I was like, you know what? Let me give him a shot and see what he means by this. And right now, they feel good. They definitely feel good. The lines are thick and black, but I'm so used to microns because what microns have is the tip of the micron is not at a perfect point, right? It's kind of a round point, which means you can actually angle your pen and get a very thin line, even with a thick pen, right? Hey, John, the voice. What's up? Is that a... Looks like a Frank Frazetta drawing as your logo. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. She's coming together pretty good, I think. I hope. She's a beaut. She's a beaut. So I'm kind of excited to do the thing behind her. I've been researching what kind of creature was going to be behind her, and I'm excited for that. Are they breaking down on the borderline? John, what do you mean by that? I don't understand what you're saying. If you're saying my lines are sketchy, that's because they are just sketchy right now. I'm not really being perfect. I'm trying to do wiggly lines, but keep them, you know, at an angle, but I'm messing up a lot. So in order for me to do my lines really well, I have to get on the left side of my thing, but my camera's in that way. So like usually I'm here, but see, you're just gonna see the back of my head, and I can't do that. Are they breaking down on the borderline? Oh, that's what you mean. No. It's just coming into America, they're just more strict, and a lot of people flood in. You know, the whole border crisis crap, and I mean, there's a lot of foreigners coming over too that are just visitors and stuff like that. But it's just harder because they don't care in Mexico. They don't care who comes into Mexico. They definitely care who comes into America, and you know, I guess for good reason. But that line I was doing walking, which if I had a century pass, it would have taken me like 2 minutes. But I don't have a century pass. I just have a darn normal, you know, passport. So I have to go through the normal line. But it was pretty hectic. If it wasn't for the shade, I would have died because that sun would just be beaming on me. But everyone was like, and I kept on reading all these reviews of like, oh, Mexico, I mean, Tijuana is dangerous to travel to. Don't do it. I'm like, man, that was so safe and simple. What are you talking about? I went around. There was people speaking English. There's everybody's there having fun. There's no danger there. Maybe if you go down a wrong alley at night, possibly, but it was fun. Divical pens are 0.8 liners and one brush for $11. Dang, but are they good, Krusty? Are they good? John Buscema? Oh, John DeVoice. Your avatar was... That looks like a good avatar, though. I like it. I don't know who John Buscema is. But he must be a good artist. Yeah. Krusty's was drawn by a really weird human being. If we can call him human. Almost with magical powers of a mystical, you know, creature. But that's what makes his logo so really good. You know, your logo's grown on me quite a bit. Now, anytime I see a man with a beard like that and hair to the side like that, I think of you, Krusty. Oh, have they been? Okay. I'll have to check them out. I don't know if you guys watch Comic Pals. They're a YouTube channel of like 4 guys who do comic book reviews and like talk about everything comics. Really fun to listen to because they have a really good insight on like how the business runs and like comic books that I don't have any clue. I can't read all. I don't know how people read all these comic books. Honestly, I don't. And it's quite an investment. Plus, to stay intact with not only the stories that they're building and the world that they're building and the characters, but also with all the artists and their work ethics of it, like a little intense. Like John Buscema is a famous Conan comic book. Okay, so it is Conan. It did look like Conan. You know what's funny, John, is that I was actually now there's 2 Johns. John the voice was that today I was actually watching Frazetta Girls YouTube channel. It's a lady who just like talks about Frazetta's artwork and they were talking about Conan and how he created them not towards the writer's desire, and he kind of created his own look for Conan. But I love Frank Frazetta. I mean, that's what this is built off of, is his Frank Frazetta style with my style, of course. My line work with Frank Frazetta is like voluptuous woman figure. But I love Conan. I love Conan so much. I love the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of Conan, the Barbarian, Conan the Conqueror, the Destroyer, the Bucketeer. Yeah. Who doesn't like a dude who's just like able to wield a sword, who lives like an animal or a savage, and just picks up women and runs off with them and they somehow just love him? It's the world I want to live in. But since I have a body of a ballerina or a pole dancer, I don't think I can pick up any woman or they would be fancying me. I'm more like the ferrets from Beastmaster. Yeah, Comic Pals are fun. I really like those guys. They're a little intense, but they do live streams and they're very receptive to the comment section, which is what I like because I work really hard to respond to all the comments on my live stream. As you guys know, half the time I'm just talking to y'all. That's because Josh here needs an art community, because if I don't have other artists to talk to, I think I'm going to lose my mind. I talk to myself a lot. My wife doesn't really understand why. I just blow it off as I'm talking to God. But it's good to talk to other artists because you guys have insights and skill sets that I don't have. Like Liam Neeson, right? I will find you. I will kill you. You know, from Taken. I have a specific set of skills. Love that movie. Mine is Bruce Lee or She-Hulk. I missed something. What happened here? How come I don't know what yours is, Bruce Lee or She-Hulk? I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. I studied Jeet Kune Do for a while here in Los Angeles by my instructor. My Sifu is the Bruce Lee's best friend, Jerry, who he trained with. You can see him in all these videos where Bruce Lee's training with a white guy. That's him, named Jerry. He trained my Sifu, my master. And his class is here in LA, and he's just a really nice guy. He lets everyone come in, and there's men and women training. It's great, and great prices, too. He was very kind, but I always didn't make it to class because I was too busy goofing around. So he probably pissed off at me, but I wish I can go back. I live literally by his training center too, which is a park, but I should have just done it. Frazzy Tango. Frazzy, do you know how to tango? I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm drawing off the page. I mean, off the screen. Sorry, guys. My bad. Wait, where's my lights at? How come I don't have any light? You guys gotta tell me this stuff. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oof, this line work is rough. Let's fix this nonsense. So the way I like to fix lines that don't really merge well is sticking them in areas where there's creases and bends without having them connect. And what I've learned that does is it distracts the eyes a little bit to make it look like you did it on purpose. And that's just literally all it is. It's telling the viewer going, oh, he meant to do that. In all reality, I didn't. But who are you to judge me? But yeah, that's a little inking technique. It works better on different textures too, like this, where no one really knows what the texture is supposed to be. There we go. You guys see what I mean? Yeah, that's nice. Also, this month I want to do a live stream with another artist. I think it'd be fun. If any of you guys want to do it, have your camera set up. I would love to draw with y'all. Let's set up a date before the 21st, though. If not, we can always do next month, but yeah. Bruce, what would just happen? My joints can't tangle anymore. Bruce Lee because he is fit and fast. She-Hulk because she is hot. Oh, I see, yes. Hot, sadness, loving, goofy, wink. Interesting. Good one, John. Yeah, I don't know how to tango either. How about digital? Digital? I'll do digital. Let's go digital. We could choose a really fun prompt. We can do digital. I'll hook up my iPad. What would be a good drawing topic? Yeah, that's a good question. What would be? You got any ideas? It's June, right? Well, you're not computer savvy. We can still join in on paper. I'll have to do the digital thing, maybe. John DeVoice, are you a digital artist, paper artist, inker? What's your art fancy? I'm out then. Only laptop and not comfy with digital yet. Yeah, okay, that's fine, Krusty. Frozzy, if you're down for it, I'm down for it. We can do a paper one if you guys have a camera set. Do you guys have camera setups ready if you do paper and pen? Because I'll do paper and pen too. Yeah, it'd be fun to see how someone creates their artwork digitally. See, like Frozzy can do digital, and we can do pen and paper, and then we can kind of see if we can do the same kind of effects that he's pulling off on digital, or he can do the same, like if he can even pull off the effects on pen, because there's two different ways of doing things there, and or a couple different ways. It'd be kind of cool to see. It's not a competition. It's just having fun drawing the same thing but differently, right? Get a good, cool prompt in. Oh, okay. There you go. So you do have a camera and a mount. Good. Solid. Oh, what just happened? Okay. Gosh, I got water all over my hands. Okay, so for her, I'm keeping her bright and light. I'm not going to color her in quite yet with a lot of detail. I'm going to move over to the weapon, finish this in the tail, and then I'm going to take the brush, and actually I'm going to draw all these bubbles and then take a brush and start blacking in the background where the monster is going to be. I'm going to leave all these guys in pencil. The hammerhead up here, the shark, this hammerhead, and this shark. I'm going to leave them in pencil for now. So, you're a pencil and ink artist. Nice. Well, if you haven't already, you should join the Discord, and the group of artists we have here are quite great. Non-toxic place to just chat about art and showcase and get tips and tricks about art. And we all like to encourage each other and help each other. But yeah, the link is down below if you want to join. If not, I fully get you. Love to see your work though. If you got a YouTube channel, you can post it in the chat. I will follow you and subscribe. Same goes for Instagram and all the other socials. YouTube's a vast land of people, so I like to support people where I can. Get to know people as well. It's good. It's good stuff. So far, this pen is doing great. I enjoy it. It's pretty thick for a 1, though. Like, I feel like that's more of a 2 than a 1. But it's pretty solid. Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday or Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are days I have my nephew on 6. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday. Well, maybe we could do a weekend drawing. You know what? I haven't been doing a weekend drawing, so maybe we can do that. I've also been thinking about not doing daily live streams anymore, because it's hindering me from posting any videos because I'm just overexhausted. So what do you guys think of that? What if I chose like 3 days out of the week to do live streams instead of all 5 days? Would you guys be down for that? Do you think that would be better? That way, you know, or do you guys like the fact that I'm on every single day? Is that like something that you guys actually enjoy? That you can always just like pop in, knowing that I'm going to be on every night and be like, I could just pop in whenever, come in whenever. Oh, you're using crow quill and a brush. That's always a fun one. Take some pressure precision, but they look great, you know, when you do it. I think it'd be better for you and your art. You need time for Josh, bro. Yeah, I think so too. I'm not finishing enough pieces, and I don't like to stick on live stream just doing the same thing until I get it done. I think if I had a day off, I could sit down and finish it out by myself without having to worry about the camera and chatting, you know? And I still have Patreon to do that people will have to support there, so I don't want to neglect them. So I did the 100 videos. I think I've trained myself to draw every day. I think I'm past that now. And yeah, you know, it's great. I get to have new people all the time, like John DeVoiced here. You know, it's nice to have you join in. But I want to try weekends a few times and see if people want to watch during the weekends, you know? So if I'm doing it during every weekday, I don't want to add on a day. I just want to like choose it. So I might do 2 or 3 days a week. But maybe since David Finch has his on Mondays, I don't want to take away from his. Not like I would. Not like I have the same crew watching my stuff that watches his. But if artists follow him, it might be better and beneficial for me to separate myself. It'd be like Tuesday night drawing or Wednesday night and Friday nights or something. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I went into a poll in the Discord and see what people say. But I'm thankful that you guys are supportive of it. This pen isn't bad. So far, this pen has been pretty solid, actually. It does exactly what I need. I'm just worried that the algorithm of YouTube is gonna like ruin me. I have a weird thing where my subscribers stopped at 1,297, and it won't go past that, which is funny. It's quite annoying because I'll gain a follower, go 298, and then I'll lose a follower the next day, and I will just keep on doing that. I've done that for like the last 2 weeks, and I'm like a little frustrated. I'm like, okay, I don't understand why I'm not growing, even though I'm pumping out content. But, you know, that's YouTube for you. CMAT, welcome, welcome. Well, thank you. If you could tune in, I'm always happy when you tune in. Or any of you guys tune in. It's fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, the ink looks pretty good, I think. It's coming out pretty good. It's very bold and like... It's not bad. It's not bad. It allows me to do thinner lines too if I pull off a little bit, so that's great. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's pretty solid. Yeah, so that's why I've been doing consistent long form every night. You know what I mean? Like every either 2 p.m. or 9 p.m. depending on the day, but doing it every single day, every weekday, for what? We're on the 6 month mark, right? Half a year now. I've been doing it since January 1st, and it's proved to grow my channel quite a bit. But now I'm stagnant, and I have been stagnant, so I don't know what that's from. And I think it's from lack of posting actual videos, because I think YouTube doesn't consider live streams as actual posts, which is unfortunate. So I need to get back onto posting videos, and I have 3 in the works right now. One on how to take your imagination and then throw it onto the page, so that way you're ready to draw it out in detail. And then I have one video on creating detailed creating her in a sense, like how her shadows move with her and stuff. And then I have another video of just like what was it, golly, I forgot the other video. I have to look it up on my... Do you do shorts? Man, shorts are annoying. I only do shorts whenever I do a video though. When I do a post video, I'll do shorts, because I already have the footage I'm editing, so I'll just cut it into a short, you know what I mean? But like short videos are like, they're very difficult. They're much more difficult than you think, because they kind of have to catch the person's attention right away and maintain them, and I like to have them fun. All my shorts don't really do well. And the thing about YouTube is they kind of want you to be like this kind of YouTube short person. Have like a theme that people like. It's kind of catchy, and I'm that kind of artist who's defiant against like trends. You know what I mean? Like YouTube wants you to be a trend maker. I'm like, no, screw you. But in a sense, like if I want this channel to succeed, I have to sell out a little bit. So I'm trying to think of, if I'm going to sell out, what's the best way to sell out? You know what I mean? Like, I want to be myself. I want to encourage people, but I also kind of want to be I want to be a lot different than these other YouTubers. You know, because there's some people who just do time lapse, and that's cool, but I can't do a time lapse because I'm always moving my page around. I'm always traveling with my artwork. So it's not that simple. Yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. There's one girl I follow. She does how to create the most powerful blah, blah, blah. I think her name is Alyssa Chung. She does live streams a lot. She plays video games like Tekken or something, and she does art. But her little niche of like her shorts are like how to create the most powerful shoes in the world, or how to draw the most powerful shoes in the world. And she'll like, it's kind of like humorous in a sense, right? but she does a good job of it, and that's her thing. But what strikes me best about her is that she's very vulnerable. Her her live streams and her YouTube videos are very vulnerable. Like, to the point where I can never do that. I can never like be that vulnerable on screen and be like, I'm depressed or I'm overcoming this and stuff. But she has such a strong community base that she speaks to a crowd of that kind of people. My channel was originally created to speak to people who love mythology and religion and want to draw it, right? But I've stepped away from it because, well, I got hooked on phonics. I got hooked on actually just drawing comic book stuff for like the last couple months. But I hope to return to the whole religious stuff because I find religious art is one of the coolest things ever, or mythological and lore and religions. It's really neat. Yeah, John, so that's what I've been trying to do, but the last month and a half, if you see my last video was posted like 2 months ago, that's because like doing live stream really, really is fun for me. I love it. But what it does is it uses my artistic ability and energy and my imagination for this to talk to you guys, to draw at the same time, to do it for an hour and a half. It's only an hour and a half too. But after I'm done, I want to check out, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like because I'm an introvert. But I can't even have energy. I was supposed to film the rest of my video this week, but I just haven't had the energy, like mental capacity. So I'm trying to figure out the balance. That's why I'm asking if you guys would be okay if I didn't do it every single day of the week and I cut it down to 2 to 3 days a week. Maybe I could do one weekend, right? One weekend day. And I can do like mornings with Josh, you can draw with me. And then there could be like a Tuesday and Thursday I'll do like a live stream of like what I'm working on or something. But what do you guys think? If you were to design the best live streamer for art, what would they be doing during the week? Wait, what would you want to see? You let me know. Let me know. I see there's 9 people watching. I want all 9 of you to type it out. Type out what you would want. Don't be shy. Don't hide away. You're a human. You're on this planet with me. I'm on this planet with you, so help me out here. Draw mechas. Is that mechas or mechas? Mechas? Frozzy. Kaiju battle. Oh, I love kaiju. I love freaking kaiju. How'd you know? That's what I was going to draw in the background was a kaiju. You caught me. No, but tell me what I forgot what you said about with the Jesus drawing again. Okay, well give me an idea. Like for live stream, would you like for me to do it? Like what kind of live stream would you like? I mean, I know you guys don't mind this because this is just a kind of easy breezy place to join in and chat about art and diddle daddle and watch me draw, but I really need a critique. I need like an honest, brutal critique. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Trust me. I can take anything. I'm not even kidding. You can call me the worst racist Asian joke thing ever, and I'd be like, that's cool with me. That's cool with me. So just let me know so I can figure out what my time schedule can fit in and do better, because I want to get back. I want to do this. I want to do this well. Ah, darn me. More Frazetta style inking illustrations. Okay, I get that. I like that too. I've been thinking about that. I'm thinking about even doing an oil painting like Frank Frazetta, because I've been studying Frank Frazetta. I've been studying oil painting by Scott Waddell, and I'm thinking about merging it with Frank Frazetta, and who did the Joker, the most recent Joker drawing comic, and his work. Yeah. Dwarves and goblin armies. No, not on what I want to draw. I don't want, like, that's, we'll figure that out during the show, right? No. I want, like, if you were to watch a live streamer, what would you want them to be? What would you kind of what kind of video would you want for them to be producing? Something like a Q&A, more like a drawing techniques all the time, teaching, or just like them drawing and you just watching it in? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. For example, David Finch, right? David Finch, he gets on, and he allows his assistant to read out the comments that are being posted on YouTube or whatever, and he's drawing and just showing these different techniques, and they ask questions while he's drawing. And he's like, well, I do this, and you can make this, and he does pretty much what I'm doing right now. But then there's some artists who will be like, they won't say a single word, and that's just it. You just watch them draw, you know? So I'm kind of curious what do you guys like to... Some of the best channels on YouTube that have like 562,000 views, you know, are silent. They're just like this Japanese artist drawing anime, not saying a word. It's crazy. I'm like, whoa. There are a lot of how-to videos. You're right. There are tons. There are a buttload, but I've got to do some of them as my, videos, because that's what really sells the deal. Like my top video is how to ink it as a beginner. You know, like that one's got 7,000 views and something, which isn't that much, but for me it's a lot. Inking with a brush or crow quill. So what do you think if I did like every video I did was like drawing something with a different technique or tool? Like this day I did a crow quill, next day I did a brush, next day I did a pen, the next day I did a pencil, next day I did like this, like another tool. Would that be that's not live stream. I think that'd be more of a postable video, because people would want to be able to discover that and kind of like learn from it. Oh my gosh. Right? Like, hip hop gaming. What is that? They are established artists, that's for sure. You're right. They are established artists, and I am not established. I'm starting to like this Molotov pen, though. I'm not gonna lie. German. Oh, that's why. It's German made. Germans don't screw around. They're like, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it well. Yes. How to... I am bought at the whole body, so that the face, body, the butt, like I asked about the body measure and how the body and the butt. Mine is like C for a butt. Are you rapping, John? Was that a rap? Yeah. How I am bod at the whole body, so the face and body, the butt like I asked, but up the body measure in the body, but the butt mine like a C for a butt. I have no idea what that meant. Ink washes are cool. I enjoy watching you draw and catching up with everyone. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Dream Armada, thank you. Artist is an artist. It don't matter if you're established or not. It just means more people have seen their work. Yeah, you're right. Well, Dream Armada. What would you okay, look, you chimed in onto the live stream. What is it that you were expecting to see on this drawing? Just me drawing? Or are you expecting me to see answering questions or teaching or anything like that? I haven't seen you message, but I would love to have a new person insight in a sense. So please do let me know. And I do appreciate this, so thank you. And John, that was a good rap. Eminem would be proud. I'm definitely no rapper. I am the worst rapper that any person. Man, I will tell you, I'll be the first person to tell you I'm no rapper. I have no rhythm whatsoever. The gods have not blessed me with rhythm or musical talent of any kind. That is a fact. And the funny thing, I was raised in a music lifestyle, as my father was a singer, and my whole room was full of drums and pianos and harmonic, like every instrument that could be created, I had in my room because the band had all their stuff in my room. They made my bedroom was their storage room. But I couldn't figure out rhythm. It's freaking hard. Dude, I can rap GIFs. That's where I rap well. I can only rapper. Well, in that case, then, if no one's gonna input their thoughts on a live stream decision, what I'm gonna do then is I think it's gonna be best for my art and putting out actual videos, because I hit my 100 movie. I'm at 100 YouTube live stream mark, and I'm going to now switch over to doing weekend drawing and 2 weekday live streams. So that means 3 live streams instead of 5, but I'm going to extend it to the weekend. And I'm going to try, I think I want to try to get a guest artist on the weekends to draw with me. So it's a more communal space. If I can't, then I'll just do it by myself, whatever, it's fine. But when I see people drawing, Dream Armada says, when I see people drawing things as detailed as you, as have in front of you, and then inking them, it gets me anxiety going and makes me want to get better at every part of my art skill. It just motivates. Oh, well, thank you, Dream Armada. I super appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that. That's great. That makes me feel better. It makes me feel like my stuff isn't too brutally boring. I feel like it's boring, but well, thank you. That's good. So there is motivation from what I've been doing. It's not a total loss. Whew. Because otherwise I'd have felt like crap. But it's okay. I understand. Is your goal to illustrate your own comic book? John DeVoice. Yes, actually it is. But it's bigger than that. It's huge. It's much larger than that. If you go back to my very first live streams, my original idea was to create a space for artists to. I kind of want to create my own comic book publishing thing. Like, you have Marvel, you have DC, you have Image Comics, you have Kaboom or Boom. I'm sorry, Kaboom. What am I thinking? Boom, and all these other comic books, but they're all based in a superhero format or indie comic thing. Well, I wanted to do the same thing for inkers who, just artists that were of all ranges, professional and not, but leaning more towards them kind of just like not having limitations that like Marvel and them would have, right? As long as it's not profane and really nasty or like pornographic or anything like that, it would be something I would want to produce and like have under this belt of inking. As long as the ink is involved, that's a catch. Ink has to be involved, kind of thing. originally it was going to be about mythology and religion stuff, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to limit that. That's something that's more personal to me. I don't want to give that to other artists. So my goal is to create the Bible, but in a comic book format, because the Bible is the most influential book of all time. You know, through our human experience, but it has a lot of negative and positive responses. You know, both ways. But I wanted to do it more accurately historical. But I've been creating this character in the book of Judges called Ehud, where he's like this he's this gay character actually that who kills the guy who kills the king Eglon who's been oppressing the Israelites with he's a left-handed assassin pretty much, but he has so much story behind him. So I wanted to create that for the religious community, but in a way that's very violent, gruesome, realistic, and it was going to be historical, but then I changed it to be futuristic. So I'm going to pitch that to Image Comics or Boom and see if they want to pick it up. And then if they do, that might help my name get out there a little bit more, and then be able to help produce my own publishing company of Inkology. Because me growing up, I grew up with like so afraid of. I wanted to create comic books as a kid, but I was so afraid of submitting anything to Marvel, you know. And I have some people I know that work with Marvel and stuff, and they told me the stories of like how the work is, and it's like a horror story. Not that they don't like it. It's just it's really intense. It's really intense. You have to draw really fast, really good. There's a lot of changes you have to be willing to adapt with, and it really hinders the creative part of drawing for the individual, which would be me, you know. So I wanted to create something for everybody, you know. That's why last month we did on the Discord, we did a challenge, a 3 to 5 page comic book challenge where we did a prompt that was randomized. And it was about based in India, had to have a ritual, some kind of ominous ritual, and had to have a cowboy in it. And you could just go from there. And everybody created something different, which was amazing. So we're combining that at the end of this month to have a small PDF comic book to read and draw. And, you know, kind of work with that. And I think that's going to be fun to encourage other artists to really build out, because it's not about your quality of your artwork. It's about how much you love doing it. Anyways, that's a long story short. That was a short story long. I don't know. I am bad at the body. When I get that down, I will. Wait, actually, don't do it. What's up? Hey, what's up, Garza? Dream Armada, bro. The Bible, yes. My book is about the book of Enoch, which is sci-fi twist, and it's called The Fallen Star Gods. No way. I love the book of Enoch. Actually, you know what? The book of Enoch was actually going to be not my next one, but like 4 books down. I was going to introduce Enoch as a kind of a hint within these other books, because it can connect with some of the Old Testament books. You know what I mean? With the Watchers and everybody. So yeah, that's a fantastic. I would love to read your stuff. I love Enoch, and it's one of the most. You know, I wish the religion would include it, but they don't, other than Ethiopians. But there's so much lore to it. I mean, how beautiful of a lore. That's like lore of lore when it comes to biblical things. Yeah. So, so there you go. John, you said, hold on, I missed one. John said, because David Finch moves so fast, I started to do one, and he's on his 3rd. Me too, dude. He moves so quick. It drives me insane. I'm like, freaking chill out, David. Chill the hell out. John DeVoist says, have you seen the Bible? Yes, Gustav Doré is my inspiration, actually. He is the reason why I draw this way. That's the truth. I love Gustav Doré. He's my 3rd hero. You know what I mean? My first would probably be, there's an artist called Maria Fortuny. He is a Spanish artist. He does oil paintings. I love it. But then it's Gustav. Actually, he's probably my second. Gustav is probably my second. And then third would probably Bernie Wrightson because he's like crazy good too. Any inking is, I love it. All right, we're moving to 5 because I got to do some detailing over here. I put it out on Amazon last year in October. I was so proud of the first book. It poured my heart and soul. 6 years of learning. Really? You already have it on Amazon? Hey, Dream Armada, please put your link right there. I'll grab a copy. I would love to see what you've developed from that. So put your link in the Amazon link into the description or the chat, and I will do it. If you haven't joined Discord, my Discord, they might like it too. So that would be cool. Yeah, I just picked up the actual Bible comic book the other day of Judges. So let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab it. It's right here. Come here. I picked up this guy the other day. This is actually the funny story. Look, this is the story that I'm creating, the left-handed assassin to the King Eglon. And this artist isn't bad. He's got the comic book look to it. But this is so poorly printed. It's blurry lines. They must have expanded it or something. I don't know what happened. Maybe this is just so old that the lines are blurry. But also the story is very vague and very quick, and it kind of, ugh. Yeah, he just like no dissing to the artist and Danny Bolandi and stuff. It's just I find it too Christian. I think that's probably the problem. That's what it's too Christian. Okay, hold on. I missed some stuff. I am like, dude, what the? Then I'm talking about David Finch. Yeah, that's true. Dream Armada, yes. And that's a lot about real history, probable. Yeah, it is. Art Hero. Just got to work, bro. Come back again and check on yourself. Hey, Dream. Have a great day working, and thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. But please send us the link to that book of yours. I would love to check it out. Krusty Caveman, crammed together. You're right. It is crammed together. So you read it already? I haven't actually read it. I haven't got to read any of my comic books. I still have to read my Rook. No, that's not the king. The king that was going to cut the baby in half was, no. That's Solomon, I believe it is. And he wasn't going to cut the baby in half. Well, he was, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? It was two women who were one woman was trying to claim the baby. You know what I mean? And the real mother, they couldn't figure out who the real mother was. So they're like, all right, well, I'm going to cut it in half so both of you can have it. And then the woman was like, no, just let her have it, the baby. Just let her have the baby. And the other one was like, yeah, cut it in half so we can both share. And then he knew, he was like, oh, well, obviously the woman who wanted me to cut the baby in freaking half wasn't the real mother. You know what I mean? Like, that's obvious. Like, it's a simple deduction of, love and stuff, which is smart for back in those days. But the funny thing is that Solomon has a deeper story. Most Christians don't realize that Solomon was a magician. He was able to conjure up demons to finish up the temple of God, the actual temple. And so they don't put that in the Bible because they don't want that kind of, mythology placed in there. But he actually has these books called The Lesser and Greater Keys of Solomon, where they show you the magical signs and symbols that he used to conjure up these demons to build it, because he couldn't build the temple the way he wanted, so grand, without the help of, supernatural powers. So he did this magic and almost witchcraft kind of stuff. And then these 4 demons come up and they help him build it. but he has them like entrapped to where they can't do certain things. They have to like obey him. But eventually he gets lax, and they end up turning into beautiful women and seducing him. And then he regrets it, and he even writes it in his book and goes, I made a great mistake. Like, I should not have even pulled these up. But he also says is that, he says, what's worse than conjuring up a demon? Conjuring up an angel. He says, it's because demons are bound to Satan, right? Considerably by lore, Satan is the one who kind of controls that world, right? But even so, demons are controlled by a certain desire to need the soul or a human body to do things. Where angels, they're bound with great power. They have like some of the greatest powers. They can make meteors fall and they can do crazy crap. But they're bound to God, who has infinite energy and power, right? So when you conjure up an angel, if you screw up, the angel has to answer back to God. Where if a demon screws up with you, makes a mistake, he just gets cast back down to hell, and the devil will do whatever and send him back out or whatever. But if an angel screws up, or you screw up with an angel, you're utilizing the power of God, which could devastate your life, but also whatever is in your vicinity. You know what I mean? Angels were able to, in the Bible, there were two angels that went down to Sodom and Gomorrah and told these guys to leave. And, what was his name? Shoot. Can't think right now. But he's like, no, don't destroy the city. If you can find one good person, don't destroy it. And God's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And he keeps on going down the line. Eventually, he's like, get out of here, take your wife and kids and run, right? So they run out of the city, and these two angels are like, hellfire, and blows up Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, his wife turns around to look at the nuked city, and she becomes ashes. And the daughters are like, well, mom's gone. Let's have relations with our father so we can have children. Disgusting. And, the Bible's a pretty gross book, but the religion of Christianity does a really, really good job of just ignoring it or making weird theology about it. And I think it's time to create a graphic novel that really, really digs into questioning all this stuff and making it, because these are great stories. It's like Game of Thrones meets the Bible. Could you imagine? You know how many Cerseis there are? So good, so good. So good. In the Book of Enoch, oh my gosh, with the Watchers, oh my goodness. What is that? Why do I have my sound on? Sorry guys, I went on a little rant because I was so excited. I figured I'm going to be about 80 years old when I finish like most of the Old Testament. I'm not going to be able to finish the entire Bible. So that's why I want to create a publishing company that other artists want to continue this biblical narrative drawing in a very like rough way, John, you should just do it anyways. Just do it. It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to look what you want it to look like. It should look like, it should look like what you want it to look like, but you should still do it. So my goal is to hire other artists and have other artists continue this when I die. And then, of course, they'll have to find other people to do it as well. Because I think it's going to take about 300 years, sadly, if we're going to illustrate every story in its accuracy. But that's kind of the fun thing, That's what I think is the fun thing, is like, it's something that can live beyond us. Because it's already lived beyond the religious people. But what if we could change how people see the world, right? God, it'd be so great. Okay. She is done. Let's get on to the fun part. drink. Okay. Ooh, a sword and sorcery comic book. John DeVoice. That sounds dope. I love sword and sorcery kind of stuff. Honestly, you can't go wrong with that kind of stuff. But Garza, what's up? What's up? How far are you on the sword and sorcery, John? DeVoiced? I'm going to call you DeVoiced because now there's two Johns and I don't want to be rude. One of my favorite stories in Judges is this woman named, shoot, I don't even know her name now. There was a woman judge, woman leader, and she was so bad at the bone that a man who was a general was like, I'm not going to go into battle to fight your enemies unless you come with me. And she's like, if I come with you, then I'm taking all the credit because you're a man. You're supposed to be doing this and taking like your, manhood. And he's like, well, you need to join. He was being a little pansy. And she's like, all right, a woman's going to take all the credit. And he's just like, whatever. He didn't think she was going to do it. Well, she ends up being so smart and dope that she gets her hand, like one of these like handmaiden characters in her story, to meet the enemy halfway in a tent. And he's like tired and exhausted. He thinks he's going to meet like his opponent. He jumps off his camel and goes into this tent. And there's this like, this woman, not Vixen. She's just a woman. I don't even know if she's attractive, but she's smart. She's like, oh, I'll take care of you. Don't worry. Just rest. Here's some blankets. I know you've had a long war trip and all this kind of stuff. Like, just relax. So he's relaxing. She puts a blanket on him. She goes outside, and while he's sleeping, she grabs a tent peg. The pegs that hold down the ropes to the tent. Pulls it out. Goes over to his skull and slams it right into his skull. And so the woman, the leader, she was the general who didn't want to do his job, and he asked her to come with him. He thought that it was going to be her who did something, but she's so smart. She's like, no, I got another lady who's going to do it for me and prove to you that women are better. And that's in the Bible. That's so freaking gnarly. But she gets no credit because Christianity is naturally a misogynistic religion, kind of like Islam and stuff like that. They can't survive on a woman. They literally have scriptures like voiding out women as any kind of leadership, which is ridiculous. But that's most religions, anyways. So cool of a story. Still in the storytelling phase, drawing to tell story over multiple panels, action, reaction, and etc. Oh, I see. That's cool though. That's a fun stage though. You get to like really plan out and live out your characters and see how they like develop. That's cool. I'm excited to see it. I hope you post when you've got something. If you want to post it, like I would love to see it. I love seeing what artists do, especially like artists who have these really cool ideas that other artists don't ever hear about. I feel like I'm on the inside, you know what I mean? Okay, we got the bubbles here. We just got to finish some of these bubbles here. The reason why I'm coloring in these bubbles right now, drawing the lines around these bubbles instead of doing a white splatter on top, is because I want a dimension, and this will give me a background bubble dimension. When I splatter white paint on top of it, it'll give me another layer on top of that. So that's what I'm trying to go for. I don't really know if it's going to work, but I've always wanted to try. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a pain in the butt to color around it, but whatever. John, what are you talking about? NCIS? Yeah, it's not like an NCIS episode, huh? I don't think I've ever watched an NCIS episode, actually, to tell you the truth. One time, maybe, when my parents were watching it on their TV, on accident, I watched it, but I don't even know what was happening. I'm not a fan of television like that. I'm a big like Succession kind of TV or Game of Thrones or something like that. I can't get into like just cable television style shows. I don't know why. Maybe there's a flaw in my brain. You gotta remember, English wasn't my first language. So when it comes to other language TV shows, I can do it, but American English, TV, cable, not so much. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's try this out. I'm going to use this bad boy to ink in the background. It's a risky one. Including that I don't even know what the monster is supposed to look like. I have an idea. I want the crack. I'm trying to build the Kraken. You know what I mean? Like a kaiju Kraken. But didn't really draw it out in my head. Oh, really? John? Oh, that's cool. They made an episode like that? That's pretty dope. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the scariest part of inking. You guys all know. When you have to start coloring in black, you can't really like retrieve it if you go wrong. Okay, those are its eyes. That's all I need to know. So what I do here is I just make up stuff as I go. Right? And then I'll color in the rest. So maybe I will leave a little white spot here. I like this beat. This music's good. Okay. I have to wake up and go to work tomorrow morning. Bad Boys Ride or Die came out. And, man, it's interesting because each movie that gets released, you have a different crowd of people who come, you know what I mean? Like Furiosa released recently, and Ride or Die has Will Smith in it and stuff. So you have like all these different names and big stuff coming out, but um, the crowd for Furiosa is not as big as the crowd for a Will Smith movie or the what's this series called, Bad Boys movie. Like, because, and I realized that I was like, Bad Boys connects with people because it has comedy. It has Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, which was an era of people who enjoyed it. And Furiosa has a Mad Max group, which is a very small group. But it's just interesting because I didn't realize that, like, America wants comedy in their life. They just need a relief from life, right? And it makes me wonder if America works too hard. I wonder if we just work way too freaking hard and don't realize the value of taking time to, like, laugh and have community and stuff. Like Furiosa, everyone who left that movie theater, they were like, yeah, that was intense. But everyone who left Bad Boys, they're like, this was fantastic. And then the movie If, oh man, every person who walked in that theater and watched If came out like so happy. I can't even tell you how, like, they were like, this was the best movie of the year. I'm like, what? If? They're like, dude, it made me cry, made me laugh. I'm like, what are you all talking about? And then I watched it and I was like, oh, I see what they mean. It made me almost cry. I was like, holy cow. It's so beautiful for creatives, like for the imagination and the kids, and even for adults. Adults are like, wow, I forgot who I was as a kid. That's crazy, So I don't know. I like working at the movie theater. I think it's really cool. It's really cool to see how we as humans, I'm not trying to say I'm an alien or anything, how much we need a relief from work and to get away from everything. You like seeing stuff blow up? Oh, I love explosion. I love sci-fi and horror. I'm excited for the new Aliens Romulus. You have no idea. I love horror. I love people screaming for their life. That's what gets me happy. The last movie that got scared me though was like The Conjuring. I haven't seen anything scary since. Yeah, it's worth seeing. Mad Max, I heard, is a little bit different from most. I haven't even seen it yet. But if is good. If is good. If is like, you could take every family member, and even though it's a kid, it seems like it might be a kid movie. It's more than a kid's movie. It's like a mix between, because Ryan Reynolds is in it, right? So like, even though it's a kid's movie, it has the element of like, how do I explain it? It's just nice. It's nice and refreshing. You had an If, John? No way. I never had an If. I never had an If. My If was, well, sadly to say, I guess it's not sad, but well, anyways, I had my If. I didn't have an If. What was your If? What did it look like? What did your If look like? I want to know. Imaginary friend is what If stands for, if you don't know. I wish I had like a legit if. That'd be so sick. My if was my dog. My if is still my dog. What am I talking about? My only imaginary friend I have right now is my dog that passed away. So he's not really an if, but he keeps me company when I get sad and down. You know, he's a good dog. He's the best. Oh, you don't remember? Darn! I drew Mad Max making fun of a friend a while back. The Fury Road, Fury Road came out. Okay, that's funny, Garza. It's gone. Don't say it's gone. Your if wants you back, John. Okay. Kaiju Kraken. How do I create a Kaiju Kraken? That's where my brain is crashing right now. You see how the blacks really bring her out? Like, I love that. Big reveal, Krusty's the if. I knew it. I knew you were my if, Krusty. Where have you been? A bearded man like you, that was always my if. Here's a hypothetical question. What would you do? How would you take it if you found out that you were not real, but you were a ghost? You were already dead, like the movie Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis. How would you take that? Like, what would you do? Would you go and would you freak out? Or would you be like, you just accept it and like go haunt people? Like, what would you do? Ooh, Big Arza, that'd be dope. That would be dope. From a distance of savage wasteland. John DeVoice, I like your tight pencil work. I tend to ink over detailed pencils, but struggle inking freestyle without the pens. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's why I erase my pencil work, so that my brain will allow me to do detailed pen work, you know? And I do the detailed stuff first and then do all this blocking in later. So that way I don't like overwhelm my brain while drawing. Some artists will like go to the blacks and do all the shading first and then do the detail later. Which I do sometimes for pencil work, but I don't do it for inking. Inking, I like to do the detailed first usually. You would mess with your sister? That's messed up. What'd she do to you? Golly, Krusty. I don't blame you, though. I would do the same thing to my sister, too. I would mess her up mentally. She would be so freaked out all the time. You'd be, I'm dead. Scorching brawl, hardly break with sweat in the land and gone extra marital. With Garza, that's like a pretty cool comic book you can create. I'm telling you, you got to create that comic book, Bigarza. Okay. No job, no money. Wait, what did I just miss? Oh, I'm in a funk, so Big Brother lie. Wait, John. Oh, okay. Big Brother life. Flaming storm weapon in front of the hood. Too many guns. Man, Garza, you sounds like you have it already set out. You have it planned out. Just need someone to draw all that. You go bug your older brother. You know who I would bug? I would go haunt presidents. I would find a way to go to the presidents, whoever the president was, and I would mess them up and their Secret Service. I'd make them lose their darn minds. There's a few people, too, I don't like that I might mess with, too. That's why I kind of hope there's an afterlife, because I want to be a ghost. Is that wrong? Is it wrong to be a ghost? Like, when I was growing up in the church, I would always ask people, I'm like, so there's a heaven and hell. Is there a purgatory? And they're like, no, that's what Catholics believe in. I'm like, okay, well, do you believe in ghosts? And like, well, yeah. And then like, so what's a ghost? Well, I'm like, well, yeah, what is it? So you don't have any idea because the Bible doesn't say anything about it, yet you believe in it because it has to fit into a supernatural existence. So you don't know what the crap you're talking about, but if they do exist, I hope that I can be one because I get to mess with people so much. Could you imagine messing with people at the gas station? Like if you're a ghost at a gas station, you could like stop their pump every time they start pumping it. You like unclick that little button so that way it stops. They get so mad. That'd be great. Or lock their door when they step out of their car to like pump the gas. You lock their keys in. Oh man, the things I could do. The things I could do. Oh man. I've always wondered why dinosaurs are not mentioned in the Bible. They are mentioned in the Bible. They just don't. They don't appear as dinosaurs. That's why. They're mentioned as Leviathan. There was this one in the book of Job. A Leviathan comes out, and it's this large sea creature, right? But they don't know how to explain it. But the book of Job is supposed to be taking like very early on in the creation of humanity, right? So the possibility of it being an actual dinosaur is very unlikely, right? They didn't have dinosaurs, and really, and logistically, the Bible did not know that dinosaurs existed. Even Christians today still don't believe that dinosaurs exist. So take that for what that is. But if you look at it and go, okay, can I think of a way that the Bible does have dinosaurs? There is one passage where the Leviathan in the book of Job comes out, I believe it is. But other than that, there isn't anything. But yet, for some reason, there's angels and demons and Anunnaki, and giants and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's weird. The Bible's a lot of mythology, honestly. And if it were true, let's say if it were true, we have yet to discover a lot of these things. But if it were true, it'd be quite cool. I love people who deny that dinosaurs existed. I'm like, you guys are absolutely ridiculous. They're just the government trying to create this idea that fossils exist. Like, dude, then that means all the archaeologists have studied nothing. Ridiculous. We would have to start. We don't have and start helping the kids in respect. Yeah, it's all the supernatural mysteries. You guys are ridiculous. I don't know. If I was like, I want to solve the whole Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster. I don't believe in the Loch Ness Monster because I think that we would have discovered her by now. Bigfoot, I think, is possible. Aliens, I believe in 100%. I believe in aliens. And the reason why I believe in aliens is because I had 2 encounters, not with aliens, but one with this. I remember as a kid, me and my neighbor and I crossed our lawn, and this white light came from these trees that was like a perfect circle. It was like a perfect freaking circle. No, it was a half a circle. It was like a half circle dome. It appeared and shine around and then disappeared. And then we went to look for it. We even got our friend's brother to go out there because he was older, and he couldn't find anything because it's just the woods. But this light was like a perfect dome, and I was like, okay, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I wasn't alone, so someone else saw it too, right? And then the second time was I was in New Mexico, and I looked up in the sky and I saw these 2 white lights slowly like drawing near each other in the sky. And they hit each other and they bounced off and jetted the other way. And my buddy and I were like, man, are we that high? And we both saw it. And then our friends came out of the house and we were just like, okay, let's, I don't even know what to say about that, And then one time I touched an alien. I touched his face. I'm just kidding. I didn't touch it. That time I think I was high. But yeah. There's a movie about Bigfoot. There's a lot of movies about Bigfoot, I'm sure of it. Anyways, we're just talking nonsense. Just having fun, guys, while I'm coloring in all this black. But the black is doing the job that I wanted to show you guys. I really wanted to do this video about how the background's going to be. Nanu. I miss Robin Williams. Man. What a genius. So if you're tuning into the channel and you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 1,300. But also join our Discord, and if you're creative, please do be creating. I want to encourage you guys to do what you love to do. And if you need help with your art, join the Discord. Message me on Instagram. You know, you can always join my Patreon too if you want to support me financially. And we can have like one-on-ones or secret chats. I don't know, stuff like that kind of stuff. All that fun stuff. Purple inner cells, or pupil inner cells. If you have not seen it, look it up. Harry and the Harry and the Henderson. Ah, you're right. Man, I totally forgot about that. That is a Bigfoot show, huh? I saw a cool documentary about Bigfoot. It was based around this family, the Hendersons. What? It's a documentary? I thought it was a TV show. Harry and Megan B. Stallion. No. Oh yeah, it's Harry and the Henderson. Yeah, it is I thought this was a show though. I felt like I watched it as a kid as a show. Maybe is it a movie? No, it is a show. Maybe they made it into a movie. Or maybe I'm tripping. Imagine having a forehead like that. Yeah, the voice, I agree. The world is too big, and the universe is too big not to believe in aliens. I think I have a theory that the Big Bang may be true, but it's only one of many Big Bangs. I believe that the Big Bang is like, there's multiple Big Bangs across like our universe only goes to a point of a bubble. And then we reach the end of that bubble, we'll realize that the black holes and the stars and everything inside of it is just chemicals within a big, gigantic bubble. And within that bubble, there are more bubbles of Big Bangs and galaxies and stars. We just can't comprehend it because we are so finite. That's my theory. And I think because it's a bubble within a bubble, that's where we get God from, because it works as a mechanism, just the same way our blood cells work. You know, the universe within our body works as a mechanism. There are rules, right? There are creations and endings and stuff like that. And I think that's when you have a God, we could might as well just call it like, you know, the existence of anything, you know. So that's my thought. It's probably blasphemous, but whatever. They're rough in the sun. Yeah, you're right, Krusty. It is impossible to comprehend all this nonsense. That's why we just have to enjoy our life and stop making everybody obey our rules. Just encourage other artists to draw and paint. Encourage all our friends and family to chill out, not seek money and riches that are finite in every aspect of the word, and just be like, look, hey, you love something, you like dancing, you like drawing, you like racing cars, you like doing all the things, then do it. Don't make excuses why you can't. I know so many people, so many of my friends who just need approval from their parents or need to work and make money so they can feel accepted in this society. But I'm like, your society is so small. Like, give it 10 years and then go to a different country. They don't believe in your same needs. Like, you don't need all that money. You just need to be happy and do the things that you always wanted to do as a kid. But not everybody thinks like me, and oh well. Everyone's so super talented. Everyone is so fantastically talented and great. Most people are actually very good people, even the crazy ones. I mean, some Karens can be a little difficult, but down deep inside, that's what happens when you don't get to live out your dream and you've been told you have to live a certain life. You become angry and bitter. You want to yell at the McDonald's people, you know what I mean? People just need more hugs. That's what I think. More hugs. There you go, Krusty. That's the way to do it. Live in reality and then for the moment. What time is it, guys? 10:30. What time did I start? 8:30 or 8? I don't even know. It's all right. I'm almost done though for tonight. I'm gonna wake up early and go to work, and I haven't slept in like forever. No, my music streaming thing, already 2 hours, I guess. I'm drawing. Come on, lady. That's right, Devoit. It's about reaching your potential, or maybe not even reaching it. It's about seeking it and enjoying it while you're going for it, right? Mental hugs all around. Mental hug. That's why I think Bob Ross did so well. Is that he was addressing a community of people who like had a lot, who've given, when you get older, you've worked so hard, you worked the 9 to 5 for so long to achieve your 401k or your Social Security or whatever it is, and then you might not even get it. But let's say you even do get it. Are you fulfilled by having that money come back to you? No. It's just what we're told to think that it gives us value. But in the end, you're like, oh, I kind of just wish I was painting. I wanted to paint these trees and stuff, that I love, and these birds and all these things. And I never got to do it because I was too busy working, Reciprocated, John? Yes, indeed. Going to impact the story about the Mad Max Josha. Josha? You can name him Joshua. Better. trying to fill in some of these blacks in here for her, and then we'll call it. Trying to set the tone. Frank Miller tone. Oh, I get to meet Frank Miller on Monday. How nice is that? That's going to be fun. It's 1:42 a.m. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're done. Hold on. Almost done. Gotta fill in the black tail. I mean the shadows of this thing by the tail. Okay. You can see here that I have a monster in the background. The silhouette is coming barely through because I haven't colored in the rest of them or detailed them, but his eyes are here. We have the creature's eyes here coming up from behind. She's kind of popping out. Oh, one second. Okay. We have the creature right here. We have his one of his tentacles here. One tentacle coming around like that. And I will detail it, and then we'll have more tentacles. This is a big kraken kind of kaiju character. I don't know how to make it a kaiju. It's probably just going to be a kraken, actually. And we're going to color her in. But she's looking good. She's filling in as a comic book character, right? Like, she's got this, like, she's popping out. Smooth and white, baby. But I'm going to have it, I'm going to color her in darker. Once we got everything set in, I'll go in and detail the rest of this and make it really pop. But yeah, most of the background, this part over here will be smoke from a volcano. Down here I'm going to draw like a volcano smoke and stuff, and then you'll see this kraken in the background, and the tentacles I'll detail in. But yeah, that's it. Am I going to draw something to him? No, I'm not going to draw anything. I think because he's going to give away free, like, kind of like merchandise for joining the panel kind of thing, or joining the screening or whatever it is. And I'm going to get him to sign that, I think, if anything. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining tonight. I know it was a long one, but I really appreciate all your insight. And yeah, that's it. This is we're going to continue this. We're going to draw this, and she's looking good so far. Yeah, I'm proud of her. Once this whole page is done, it's going to be glorious. I think it's going to be one of my favorite underwater scenes. Not, they could be better, but for what it is, I think it's going to be great. But thank you for watching. If you're a creative, go create. All you artists out there, go do your stuff. I want to see it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And yeah, it was fun. It was a very fun night. And I will see you guys on Monday. And we're going to start a whole different thing. I'm also thinking about with my live stream, I'm going to be showing my face. People seem to like the face visuals. I don't have a pretty face, so you have to deal with my ugliness, but it's okay. That's part of life. Maybe I'll wear a mask, like a Jason mask or something, or a Mike Myers. But anyways, I'm going to show myself, and we're going to enjoy drawing and having fun. Thank you guys for enjoying it. Thanks, John DeVoice, for joining in, and all the rest of you guys. And make sure you join our Discord, Instagram, Patreon if you want. But I'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Draw, draw, draw. And this was the Warrior Mermaid. Dun, 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 dun.